Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit Take2Radio.com.
Okay, well, we'll try this again. I'm pushing buttons in the studio, and, of course, the things are just spinning round and round. So welcome to Take Two Radio. I'm Pam, your host, with a wacky board here that just keeps spinning, and Sabina tells me that she's having an issue as well. Sabina, are you connected now? Okay.
Yes.
It's going to be one of those nights. It must be something with Blog Talk if you're having an issue and I'm having an issue, and our guest, unfortunately her call was dropped. So let's keep our fingers crossed that the rest of the show goes well.
Okay. I'm crossing them now.
Well, today we welcome Brandi Maxiell, and I hope I'm saying her last name correctly because I didn't get a chance to ask her. She's a reality star, but most importantly, she's an ovarian cancer survivor, and we'll be talking with her about that. Oh, no, her call dropped again, too. What the heck's going on?
I don't know.
That's crazy. It's got to be Blog Talk if we're all having an issue. I apologize to our listeners. Well, we'll have to wait for her to call in.
Yeah, when I first called, it was all warbly and sounded weird. So, and I couldn't hear her at all. So, I don't know.
Well, usually when I sign into the studio to do the show, if they're having an issue they know about, they'll put it up, but obviously they haven't. Mm-hmm. And then here she is again. Hopefully we can keep her online. Brandi, are you with us?
Yes,
Brandi?
I'm with you.
Oh,
yes.
I'm so sorry. I have no idea what's going on. It's got to be an issue with the studio, with Blog Talk. I apologize for your call keep dropping.
I'm so sorry. It might be a little loud. I might have to cut it a little bit short because I'm stuck at home by myself. My husband left to go out of town, and my son is going crazy.
Oh, that's okay. We completely understand. You're a mom, and that's what moms have to do sometimes. So
yes.
When with your husband being on the road a lot, I'm sure you experience that quite often.
Yes, too often. I'm a single mom half the year.
Well, I know that you signed up for that when you first met him and you guys got together and then he asked you to marry him. You kind of knew what was ahead for you, didn't you?
I sure did. I didn't know it was going to be this bad, though.
Well, if you need someone to come stay out in warm California, if that's where you are, I'm not sure. Where are you at, by the way?
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, you're in Dallas. Okay. Well, it's got to be warmer than Chicago, where I'm at lately. I mean, we've only been hitting the 50s, so, I think it's time for me to go stay somewhere.
That's where my husband's from.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yes.
Cool. So you're familiar. That's cool. Well, why don't we go ahead and start with the interview so that way, when you got to go, and we can get this done. So just a little bit of background. When did you decide you wanted to be in the entertainment business, or was it something that was decided for you when you married a basketball player?
It was something think that I just felt that it was time for me to bring, I'm so sorry, y'all, that I wanted to bring awareness, and I wanted to just, talk it out and, just help other women to just get to know their body a little bit better and not to ignore their body, and just bring awareness to cancer. I can't talk about all cancer, but I can talk about my cancer.
Right. Did you have to audition for the show? I don't know if, I'm not sure how they handle reality shows. Or did you just reach out to them?
They kind of come to you and they let you know, and, like somebody either submit your name or they come to you and they let you know. And, that's really how that kind of came about. So, and in a way you audition, but it's not really like, you kind of speak with the producers and see if you're interesting, and then they go from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how they do reality shows. I would imagine there is some type of audition for it, or, some interest in the particular person they want on that show, so they fit in with the cast.
That's why it's different than a show like Real Housewives of Atlanta, because you have, or, Real Housewives of New Jersey or stuff like that, because you have, like, the whole city, whereas Basketball Wives, like, it's only a select, it's only so many Basketball Wives. So it's
right.
Easier.
Well, let's talk about you being a survivor of ovarian cancer. I mean, first of all, I want to say thank you for sharing your story with us, because there are so many women out there experiencing this right now. And while I was reading about ovarian cancer, I had no idea that there are no tests for it that's done on a regular basis, and that, a pap smear doesn't detect it. I was very shocked about that. So how did you discover you had ovarian cancer at such a young age, too, only 24?
I was just really blessed and fortunate that I was able to have all the symptoms for it. I had, like, the bloating. I had to go to the bathroom, like, frequently. I had, back pains. Like, I had all the symptoms that there was for the cancer itself. So I was really blessed and fortunate for that, because if I wouldn't have had that, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, and, most people wouldn't think that would be a symptom of having ovarian cancer. A lot of times they may take it as having, a kidney infection or something.
Yeah. I mean, because
they're similar.
All the symptoms are so similar, to everything. So, it is. But it was crazy. I went through, like, the blood work. I did everything that I needed to get to for them to really determine that, look, this is, ovarian cancer. So.
Well, what emotions ran through you right when you first found out?
I was in shock and I was in disbelief. Like, I was healthy before. My family's healthy. So I really just never thought that it's not that I didn't think that it was true. I just didn't think that it would happen to me, because everybody in my family is so healthy. So, and no one has or had cancer ever in my history, in my family tree. So I was shocked.
Yeah. I can understand that, because my mom unfortunately passed away from breast cancer, and nobody in my family on either side has ever had breast cancer. So now we have to watch. I've been going for mammographies since I was 30 years old every single year, because we have to watch for that. And it's something that people just don't think about when you have a healthy family. As you said, nobody had it on your side. So,
and ovarian cancer, breast cancer is linked together. They're kind of like in the same family. You're likely to have breast cancer if you had ovarian, vice versa. So it's kind of like, oh, gosh.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
There's so many things that us women should know about, and we don't. And it's either that the information is not, shown to us, like somebody will give you a link or something like they do on social media about TV programs. They're not going to give you a link that says, here, watch out for this, Or we don't ask enough questions of our doctors when we go every year, or research ourselves.
You know, there's this new thing with ovarian cancer that's been going around on TV that, like baby powder, if he was using baby powder as a kid, that you're likely to have breast cancer.
What?
Like, and that's
really?
weird. Yeah, It's been going around, like it's really heavy in the news. So.
Oh my gosh,
and
I
know
haven't heard that.
Yeah, and I know, like, when my son was born, they were like, don't use baby powder on him. It's dangerous. It could cause, you know, so many different things. And I'm like, what? I grew up with, you know, putting baby powder on babies, you know? So, I don't know. It's always something new and something different.
That's so true. That's so true. And my kids, I have 4 of them. They're all grown. My youngest is 18. My oldest is 30. And you know I use baby powder on them.
Right.
So,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
I'm like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
That's
another thing to worry about.
Jason, I stocked up on baby powder thinking that I'm supposed to put it on them because that's how I was raised. So I didn't know.
Right.
But,
yeah. And I wonder if that includes the cornstarch baby powder they have. I'll have to find out about that and see if I can maybe ask my doctor. Because that's very interesting because, of course, my kids are having kids, and I know they use baby powder, so I'm going to have to warn them about it.
That way.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, I find that women go through every emotion there is in the book, but, you know, when they find out about it, but most find their strength after that roller coaster ride. When did you find your strength, and who was your greatest supporter?
My greatest supporter was my mother. I had to get strength because I had to get better, but I just think once everything was done, like I felt a little bit better because it was just like I felt like the cancer itself, like the longer that I took chemotherapy, like my body was deteriorating. Like I was just dying. I didn't feel like I was dying, but I felt like my body was shutting down. You know, so chemotherapy, it's just, chemo is really, really hard on someone's body. I couldn't imagine an elder person, like, taking chemotherapy, like, because I was weak. So I know somebody that's older, like, I couldn't imagine how their body would feel, you know? So,
yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah, my mom was 49 when she was diagnosed, and she passed away when she was 52. So I was able to see what she went through, and it's not anything that I would wish on my worst enemy. You know, first of all, having cancer and then having to go through those treatments that make you so violently ill and have so many side effects that you wonder if you're even going to get through it and if it's worth going through.
Yeah. I think chemotherapy definitely saved my life. You have to go through something to try to, you know, get the cure, but it's just really I'm blessed that I don't have to do both radiation and chemotherapy because I hear so many bad things about radiation.
Right, yeah, definitely. And they do have those nausea pills, which help somewhat, I know, but not always. I guess they didn't?
No, I felt like I got sicker with it. Like, I felt like it didn't help anything.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that because I know it does help some people, but I guess it just depends how much you're getting and how your body reacts to it. Now, another thing I was curious, another thing I was curious about is how did you feel about losing your hair from the treatments? I know that affects many women greatly.
I think that was the most, at that time when it was going on, well, before, you know, I was starting, I think that was the most important thing is about losing my hair. And I was just like, oh, come on with it. Like, when is it going to happen? Just come. Like, I was ready. I think I was more ready for that to happen than anything. He told me it was going to come out, like, on the 15th or the 16th day. It definitely did. Like, my hair started shedding. I was at my husband's basketball game. And I felt like this tingling, like, sensation in my head. And I was like, what is that? And I was scratching my head, and it was in the palm of my hand. So I was like, oh, my God.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. How old is he?
He's too, and he doesn't know when and when not to talk. And you tell him,
well, let me tell you something. As they get older, they still don't learn.
Oh, God. I'm losing my mind here. Like, Terrible Twos I thought it was just like a myth. It's, like, real.
Yeah. I can't even tell you the times that I've been doing an interview or I'm on the phone with a friend or a business call or something, and my 18-year-old will walk in and just keep talking, and I'm looking at him, giving him the look. Like, hello, I'm on the phone, not now. And he just keeps going on and on. And he's 18, so I hope you have better luck.
At 18, we're going to be dealing with this? Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they get it and sometimes they don't. And he just happens to be the one that, is kind of like me. I'm a very impatient person. So when he wants an answer about something or wants to tell you, and of course he's special needs too, so that kind of plays into it. But so I just got to deal with it.
Oh no.
Sabina, you had a question?
Yes, hi Brandi. Sorry about earlier. My phone is kind of messed up.
No, it's fine.
I was curious if there could be one positive thing to come out of such a difficult time as dealing with the ovarian cancer, what would that be?
If there was a positive time that I was dealing with it?
A positive thing. Mm-hmm.
The positive thing about ovarian cancer, it helped me to grow. Like, I became wiser, I became smarter, I became less vain. I became more, I grew up, I had to, now my son is mimicking me, okay?
Yeah.
But I was forced to grow up, like, and really figure out what was important in life. It taught me to just appreciate, like, life itself, like, take one day at a time and take that day and just appreciate it, because tomorrow is not promised, and, you just never know what could happen. And so, like, every time I do things, I try my best to really, like, just sit there and relax and take it all in and just enjoy the moment instead of just living and being there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very powerful. I love that.
Yeah,
definitely. And I'm sure that your family and your friends have learned to do that as well.
Yes, they have. They've learned a lot from me. They're like hypochondriacs like I am. Like, if I get a headache longer than 2 minutes, I'm going straight to the hospital. So it's just like they learn, like anybody that's close to me, they learn that no matter how healthy you are, no matter how fit you are, no matter how, you look on the outside, like, always run to try to get help when you need to. If a doctor tells you or denies you from anything, like, go to a different doctor until somebody tells, because only you know your body. A doctor don't know your body.
Exactly.
They go by the symptoms, how you feel, how you look, and that's it, So.
Right. And I feel, and it's just my opinion only, that a female doctor pays more attention to us women than a male doctor does. They understand how we feel and what our worries are and what can happen and what does happen to our bodies.
And I was very blessed and fortunate to have a doctor, my gynecologist, like, for him to really, like, of course he's a man, but he took great care of me. Like, he took the time with all his patients to really, like, figure out the problem rather than just give you a medicine to get out of his office. Like, he really did everything that he could possibly do to make sure that I was okay. And if it wasn't for him, I don't know where I would be, because I've dealt with just many different doctors, and they just be like, oh, whatever, it's this, oh, okay, here's a medicine, here's this, here's that. And I'm glad that he just took the time.
Definitely. You were very lucky in that regard, and thank you for me, because it's not many male doctors, as I said, that do that.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you say something to them, they roll their eyes at you, and I mean, I can give you a good example of that.
Like, is what. I have to agree, you don't.
Right. I have a good example of that. I was giving birth to my second son and saying the baby's coming out, and he rolled his eyes at me. And we get into the surgery room, and the nurse goes, "Oh, the baby's head is coming out." Well, duh, what did I just say?
This is my second one. I know what it feels like. I think I know.
Especially when I had no meds for any of my kids until the last one. I got the epidural, but the first 3 I went all natural. So I knew when he was coming out.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh,
well,
no. You're a strong lady.
Well, I'm a little bit older, so they were teaching you at that time in Lamaze classes and through your doctors that you don't take anything because you don't want it to affect the baby. So that's the only reason I went that route.
Yeah, my mom had me natural. So, like, back in the day, she didn't try to have me natural. She ended up going to a hospital that I think that was like a Catholic hospital or something like that. And they didn't use medicine back in '83, or epidural. So she was forced to have a 17-year-old woman to have me and no epidural. I feel bad for her.
Aw, I can feel her pain, let me tell you.
Right. At 17, like, that scared her.
Right.
She was 35 to have another baby, so.
I don't blame her there.
That was her karma. I'm just kidding.
Well, speaking of children and getting pregnant, I read that you're working on your second child. Is that true?
I was currently last year, but now I'm just taking time to just really figure out what's going on with. I'm just trying to enjoy, like, the stuff that I have now with my life, what's going on, just going on tour, doing speaking engagements, doing hair shows and stuff like that. And so, and raising my baby and just trying to enjoy, like, these moments. And, you know, it's kind of a little bit difficult. I think once my son get, like, 4, I'm going to try again. So we'll see.
Yeah, I noticed your son was born on 11/11/11. That's such a great birthday.
Huh?
After I was going to say, after all the trials you went through to get pregnant, do you consider his birthday to hold a certain special significance, or?
See, when I had him 11/11/11, I was like, oh, let's go for 12/12/12. And then I'm like, I mean, I'll try again. Absolutely not. So we're just going to have to go whatever God gives me. But I think it's pretty cool. He has ones all across the board for him. So
I think that's neat.
awesome.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that can say that.
Yeah, he has the coolest birthday ever.
Well, speaking of your speaking engagements, too, you teamed up with the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what you'll be doing for them?
I'm going to be speaking at the walk and giving out the awards and stuff at the cancer walk that we have. It's this Sunday, September 21st in Dallas, or in Arlington, Texas, at the ballpark. And they do it every year. This will be my second time doing it with them. And it's just like walking for a cause.
Yeah, like they do the walk for breast cancer, so they do it for ovarian cancer as well. Oh, that's great. It's great to have so many women involved in that and their families, like, again, and their friends, and then for you to be there as a speaker, having gone through it, that really is powerful as well.
Yeah. Yes. So I have a lot of people that's coming to do it with me, so I can't wait.
Well, I'm going to give out the information for the 2 events that you have coming up after. But I was wondering, do you wear teal all the time to show support of ovarian cancer? Like, do you wear a ribbon or something?
Yes, I have this little button ribbon that I have, and I keep one in my car, and then I keep one inside my purse, and I wear it, or I carry it with me, or I have it like pinned up to my purse or something like that.
Do you get people asking you what it's for? Because a lot of people don't know what the different color ribbons will, would stand for.
Oh, not really. No, not a whole lot. Of course they know.
Well, then you need to put it in their face and say, "Do you know what this means?"
Yeah, I don't get like a whole lot of people that ask me. I think at the beginning when I used to wear it at first, I did, but that was only because I was bald too. So I think they were probably like, feeling a little sorry or, just asking questions or whatever.
Right. Well, has all your hair grown back now?
It's grown back. It didn't grow the same before. Like my hair used to be thick and long. Now it's thin. It gets long, but it's thinner. So it's not the same, but it's better than none.
Exactly. And thankfully, we live in the day of hair pieces and extensions and all that good stuff. So,
my hair came out at the right time. We're wigs in and all the other stuff. So,
definitely.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
Great.
Well,
so
Sabina has one last question for you before we let you go.
Okay.
Yeah, can you tell us a little about your salon, Midway Salon Suites, and how your business works? It sounds like a very interesting concept.
Oh, I have me and my mom partner up together to have a salon suite. It's just instead of like going into a beauty shop and everybody seeing you, somebody like the stylist can rent out their own little suite, and they can do get hair, it can do massage therapists, estheticians, anything. In the beauty fields or in the beauty fields. So, and that's what we do. And we just rent out the rooms to them.
It looks gorgeous. The pictures I saw, it looks really nice.
Yes, it is. I love it.
That's there near Dallas, right?
Yes, in St. Carrollton.
Yeah, I used to live in Plano, so I know that area.
Yeah. I went to Plano schools. Yeah.
Yeah, I live in Georgia now, and I saw you're coming to Georgia. You're coming to Marietta for a TLT, I see.
Yes, I am. Next weekend.
Yeah, could you tell us a little bit more about that event and what kind of event it is exactly?
It's just like another cancer awareness situation. It's the last weekend of the month, and it's just like a Q&A. So they ask me questions and, pertaining to ovarian cancer, about my story, about health, about beauty, about any of that. And so, and I thought it was a cool idea. So, me and my publicist decided, told the organization, the person that's over the organization, told us I want to do it, and now we're going to do it. It's my first time, so.
Cool.
Wow,
like
that makes it, it's more personal that way, I think, when you get together like that with a little tea. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice for you.
Yes,
well, Brandi, we'll let you go so you can go ahead and be with your son.
Yes, sorry about the baby in the background. He's making everything a little distracting.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. You just take care of yourself and your family. God bless you each and every day, and keep healthy and strong, please.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
And for our listeners, those two events that she has coming up, this first one is on Sunday, September 21st at 8 a.m. I have down Fort Worth, Texas, but she said Dallas, didn't she?
Yeah. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area probably.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. Well, you would be more familiar with that than I would. So it's for the walk-run to break the silence on ovarian cancer, and you can find out more about it and also buy your ticket or whatever there is that they offer for it on the website, which is nocc.Kintera, KINTERA.org, and you can donate there too as well for ovarian cancer research. And then the TLT is on September 28th in Marietta, Georgia from 2 to 5 p.m. Tickets are $50 in advance and $75 at the door. For ticket info, you can go to ATLT with Brandi 2014.eventbrite.com. Brandi spells her name with an I, and Eventbrite is Brite, not with the GH. Also follow her on Twitter at Brandi Maxiell, and it's BrandiMaxiell. Her website is brandimaxiell.com, and her Instagram is also Brandi Maxiell. I want to say .com, at Brandi Maxiell. So if you missed anything of what I just said, if you go to any of those sites, you'll be able to look it up or look on her Twitter. She's been tweeting about it as well as her website for the information. Very, very important. September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, so everybody make sure you pay attention to your bodies and your symptoms. As she said, all those symptoms she described, I would have guessed would have been a kidney infection or a bladder infection, and here she had ovarian cancer. So if you feel that strongly about it, once you get tested for a bladder infection or a kidney infection and it comes out clean, you must talk to your doctor about testing for ovarian cancer. It's a silent killer. And the stats about it is, according to the American Cancer Society, a woman's risk of getting ovarian cancer in her lifetime is approximately 1 in 72. This year it's estimated that 21,980 women will receive a new diagnosis of ovarian cancer, and 14,270 will die. According to the National Cancer Institute, only 44% of women survive 5 years or more after being diagnosed with the insidious disease. So please, please pay attention to your bodies. And Sabina, thank you so much for joining me today and helping me with this interview. It was a pleasure once we got everything started.
No.
I'm glad we made it through it no more.
Smoothly. Yeah. Definitely.
So we'll be back again soon. I don't have the itinerary in front of me. Do you know what's next?
I just know next Tuesday, Adria Tenor.
Yes, that is the next one. Usually I have these things open, but with getting thrown off with having problems in the beginning of the show, I didn't open it up. That is who we do have next. I believe that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm looking now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes, Adria Tenor. She's
Eastern.
an actress. Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and Sabina will join me for that show as well. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks again, Sabina.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit TakeTwoRadio.com.